Ever wanted to become closer to the machine? I do. I have begun my journey towards cyber transcendence by implanting myself with subdermal bionics and playing System Shock. Released in 1994 by Looking Glass, you find yourself on a space station orbiting Saturn with a rampant AI in the midst of hatching multiple plans to destroy the Earth. It's up to you to arm yourself with both weapons and augmentations, defend yourself from cyborgs, and stop the AI's plans, both physically and in cyberspace. Story. In a cyberpunk dystopia, the year is 2072, and an individual is hacking into the servers of a megacorporation in the beautiful town of New Atlanta. You can tell it's a dystopia because they made a second Atlanta. The hacker is caught and taken to the Citadel, Trioptimum space station. There, the station director, Diego, offers you immunity and a fancy new implant if you remove the ethical constraints on the station's AI, Shodan. I assume he just wanted to use Shodan to generate suggestive images, so I went ahead and complied. After this, you awake 6 months later from a medical coma to find the station's staff to be either dead, mutated, or converted into cyborgs. From here, the narrative unravels in a fashion not too unlike piecing together the events of a week-long bender through Snapchat stories. There are audio logs left by the crew chronicling their fates and providing insight on the game's objectives. Gameplay. In System Shock, you fight through the AI-controlled station, scrounging up weapons and cybernetic upgrades. The station has 10 floors, and the game will have you jumping between these to stop Shodan's plans, from destabilizing the reactor to jettisoning parts of the station infected with weaponized biological agents. Exploration is a key component of this game. For instance, when I first arrived at the research level, I came across a dark corridor. Aha, I thought, an opportunity to use these vision patches. I have a tendency to hoard any sort of consumable in games, and recently I swore to practice more indulgence in my life. I applied the Dermal upgrade and felt vision course through my veins. These machines felt that the darkness would provide them a harbor safe from my avatar, but there's no protection from a gamer's ingenuity. And then the vision juice ran dry, and I was stuck in the dark. After hyperventilating and giving myself a girl boss pep talk to soothe my blood pressure, I realized I could fire my spark beam for brief illumination. So I, the great hacker himself, began fumbling around in the dark, indiscriminately firing laser blasts for a glimpse at a path. This was an arduous ordeal which involved fighting enemies and locating items, but I patted myself on the back for partaking in emergent gameplay. I felt that I had truly gamed, only to find in the next part of the floor, a light switch. Poking around the station is equal parts fun, like when you open a secret door and get a really cool gun, and not fun, like running around in circles in the engineering bay like a lab rat, but with a gun. There is a mini-map, but it's made out of satanic sigils, so its usefulness varies. I do recommend a guide. The one I used is in the description. Do some wandering around, glean info from the logs and emails, and consult when stuck. The controls here are a hybrid of FPS and point-and-click adventure gaming. Grabbing items and reloading is required to be done while in adventure mode. You can even aim like this for sick angles. Then you can press E to enter mouse look. That is if you're playing the enhanced version. If you're playing the original, there's no mouse look, so I recommend 2 sets of Putt Putt Saves the Zoo to prepare yourself. The other main gameplay here is the hacking segments done in cyberspace. These are not so much fun. You jack into the computer system and fly around a wireframe purgatory, dodging defense programs and activating switches to open doors in the meat space. Taking too much damage forces you to jack off, disconnecting from the console and losing your progress. These sections are neat but very disorienting and reminded me of the time I astral projected to the 14th realm, which is not a friendly place. Enemies. There's some fun enemies in this game. I bring this up because I like the sprites and wanted to show them off. There's no real joke here, I just like the concept of neat cyborgs like the Cortex Reaver, which has these 4 robotic arms and what's left of a human torso connected by the head dangling beneath, the jacked elite guard and their iconic face masks, and who could forget the terrifying mutants known colloquially as Gorilla Tiger. Weapons and upgrades. Everyone knows we play video games to simulate having things. This is my room. I have no physical possessions, so I must turn to interactive media to fulfill my consumerist duties. And this game has plenty of things to pick up. There's a whole arsenal of weapons to collect, the best of which are the AK-47 and Energy Sword. Pro Ethan tip. On level 3, go left from the elevator to the Gamma maintenance area, climb this ladder, and find the best in human military hardware. Sorry, Lead Pipe, I know you've been with me since the beginning, and we had some really good times together, but I'm at a point in my life where I need a real melee weapon. This bad boy cuts through enemies like short-form videos cut through a child's developing cortex. There is also a wide assortment of grenades. These are great, but careful when throwing. Many times I would clip the corner of a wall and just detonate them on myself. There are many performance-enhancing drug patches on the station, from the mundane like health and stamina replenishers to ones like the combat booster, which increases upper body strength and has the added bonus of hyperpop visuals, or the reflex patch, which ups your reaction times. Basically a nicotine patch filled with amphetamines. There's even a patch that makes you a genius, so I could finally feel what it's like to be in the 14th percentile. Illuminating. As you progress, there are also many hardware upgrades. These upgrade you physically, like the energy shield to protect yourself, a target identifier to show what kind of weapons are best for certain enemies, and most importantly, a rear view mirror. for backing up that dump truck ass. More story. There are essentially 4 main quests to complete. 1. Disabling the laser. Shodan is charging the station's mining laser and is aiming it at the Earth. Some audio logs will tell you to turn on the shields to reflect the laser back at itself. A sound plan. And as I was running around, I came across the laser activation switch. I looked at it and felt a twinge in my brain. Button. So I clicked it. Turns out they weren't joking when they said we needed to turn on that shield, and I destroyed the Earth. Oops. 2. Jettison the Grove. Diego has been working on some sort of virus, and Shodan took his work to the next level, unleashing it on the nature recreation levels, using futuristic GMOs and MSG to make horrific mutants out of the crew. I just shot the whole level out into space. I'm sure that won't cause any future problems. 3. Destroy Antenna. Shodan attempts to upload herself to the Earth, so stop her. This one's funny because of the absolute cope from the AI when thwarted.
I hope you amused yourself with the antenna.
4. Kill. Make your way to the bridge and kill her. The station is rigged to blow and Shodan is detaching the bridge, but when I get to the elevator to join her, who shows up but Cyber Diego? He looks tough and brings a vanguard, but there's little defense against the man with a laser sword, LSD, and an Adderall patch. On the bridge, get into cyberspace and shoot Shodan until she's gone. And you've done it. It's over. Music. This game has a banger soundtrack. Nothing beats running away from mutants and cyborgs with only a sliver of HP, and the soundtrack's hitting you with the... Then you narrowly escape into an elevator and hear the version. I played the enhanced version of the original that was released in
2015.
This is the definitive way to play. It updates the graphics and adds mouse look. Additionally, there's a 2023 remaster, which I legally acquired to try, but personally don't recommend. Sure, it's graphically modern, but it costs $40. And maybe I'm a hipster, but all the additional animations annoy me. Compare using a healing table in the original to the remake. That's a 13-second difference, and when you're an adult with a packed schedule and only 5 minutes of allotted game time a day, longer animations on things like healing or picking up items adds up. Take this with a grain of salt. I admittedly did not play very far because I was having a computer issue at this time where my PC was randomly powering off. This had nothing to do with the game, but it made playing it frustrating, so I stopped. Faulty power supply, or did Shodan escape systemshock.remake.iso to wreak havoc on my day-to-day life? You decide. I wholeheartedly recommend this game. It's fun, and I enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. After my last video, I made a post asking for game recommendations, and not a single soul asked for a System Shock video. You're welcome, lads. Have a good one.